Peace, family. It's your boy King Overton. I'm back again with another episode. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about just a few things that you guys should bring to Uganda or any African country if you decide to come here, either for your first time or you decide to make a return trip. Now, this video is not going to be in-depth video. It's just going to be some quick tips. A few things that I actually brought that really saved my life being here. So, without further waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so one of the things that I brought with me to Uganda that really helped me out a lot, let's go ahead and say flashlights. So I'm a type of guy where I like to always be prepared for almost anything. I like to make sure that I'm not putting myself in a position where, you know, I'm stranded or I'm stuck or whatever the case may be, you know. So I try to have backups for my backups. I have to have a backup plan, all of that good stuff. So, flashlights. I brought 3 flashlights in particular. I brought multiple flashlights all the time that I've come to Uganda, like all the many times that I've come. But this time around, now that I decided to stay, I bought 3. And I think one of them I gave away to somebody I know. Other than that, I basically had a headlamp. I had 2 headlamps that I brought with me. One really good one. Another one that was like kind of cheap, but you know, it's a backup basically. Another one that I brought with me is a little flashlight for your hand. You know, you just walk around and flash things and whatnot. But I remember I ended up giving that one away. Another thing I brought with me is headgear. I brought a lot of things to cover up my head. I used to be what's known as a heat casualty when I was in the Army, when I was a soldier. So basically what that means is that I can't be in the sun for too long because it really affects me. I don't know if it's like I have low iron in my blood or something. I don't really know what it is, but I pass out a lot. So especially like when it gets real hot. Now, I'm not always dehydrated. I do drink water. So for those of you who think that I don't drink water, I definitely do. It's just that sometimes, you know, it'll be at random and I just end up passing the hell out. So I make sure, you know, I have some headgear, keep that sun off my head. I usually have a ball cap or something like that on. I know you guys seen that in all my videos. So I usually have a ball cap on. But for the most part, like I said, I always have to have something to cover up my head because the sun out here is it's very direct. You know, it's not a whole lot of clouds. Uganda only has two seasons. So it's a wet season and a dry season, hot season and a rainy season, basically. And well, not hot, but dry season and rainy season. And basically, I make sure that during the dry season, I always have some kind of headgear on my head when I go outside. You know, like I said, just to keep that sun off my head. I keep a boonie cap or a safari hat for you other guys out there. You know, a little ball cap, something like that. Just like I said, just some headgear to keep your, you know, keep your head, keep the sun off your head. Ladies, you know, bring some scarves with you. Bring something, you know, to wrap your hair up, things like that. You definitely want to, you know, have something to protect your hair, something to protect the top of your head and whatnot. All right, moving right along. Let's go down to the feet. Brought multiple types of footwear. So, of course, you're gonna bring shoes. Yeah, that's a given. Of course, you're gonna bring shoes. But what I decided to do was I brought shoes that were specifically like outdoorsy type shoes. So I was saying I brought some shoes that are like more for outdoors, and I brought 2 of the same type of shoes in particular, and they are these like hiking sandals, basically. Got Velcro on them, little straps and everything, Velcro straps on them, and they're really nice, really nice. They're comfortable, they're free. You know, I can wear them in the rain, I can wear them when it's hot outside. I usually wear them everywhere, every day, basically. Well, one of the main reasons why I wear them so much is because where I live at, there's a lot of dirt roads, and I don't like to wear, I brought Vans with me. I didn't have a whole lot of other shoes. I'm not a shoe head, so I don't keep a lot of shoes. So I don't like to wear my Vans everywhere, you know, so I just keep my outdoors, my little hiking sandals and whatnot, and I rock those all the time. I literally rode them till the wheels fell off, though, honestly. So I need a new pair of them. I'm gonna acquire me a new pair soon. I gotta get some shipped over because I can't buy none out here. I got big feet, so they don't really have my shoe size out here. So definitely make sure you have different types of footwear. I recommend you bring something for hiking, not because you're going to be hiking, but because you might be in an area, like I said, where the infrastructure is not that developed. So you might have to have some outdoor shoes. You understand? So definitely want to make sure you have different sorts of footwear for that. And any other kind of occasion, have some dress shoes for stepping out, have some casual shoes for, chilling and whatnot, and have some outdoorsy type shoes for, when you're on the move, basically. And like I said, it's 2 seasons here, so it does rain. So definitely bring a pair of shoes that might get wet, or you don't mind getting wet and getting dirty and all that, because you'll be walking in straight dirt and then it'd be mud, and dust everywhere. So your shoes will get dirty really, really, really quickly out here. And, just like I said, have a backup for it. The next thing you will want to bring with you is charging cords. Okay, charging cords. Definitely bring some USB charging cords with you. I use a Galaxy Note 10 Plus, so I have a USB Type-C cord. I brought 2 of them with me. I wish I had brought 3. But basically, I brought my original USB Type-C, and I didn't realize that on both ends of the USB Type-C, it is USB Type-C, okay? I know it sounds weird, but the USB port, it's not like a regular USB port, so you can't just plug it up into any wall base. You can't plug it up into any power bank. You have to have a USB Type-C port, basically. So that's a little irritating, but I'm glad I brought a backup, because my backup, it basically allowed me to use multiple types of power banks and wall base. I call them wall base. I don't know what you guys call them, but it's the plug that goes into the socket, not the USB cord, but the actual brick that goes into the socket. So I call it a wall base. All right. What I was saying, have different USB cords. I definitely recommend you bring them, not buy them here, because I'm gonna have to cover this in a separate video. But buying things out here is not, it's not that good. It's just a lot of product out here. I'm not gonna say everything, but you can get something that's just secondhand, or you can get something that's just not great. It comes from a place or a country where these don't make things good over there. I'm not gonna call anybody out, and I ain't gonna go into in depth on that one. All right, moving right along. Definitely bring you some eyewear. Bring you some eyewear, some sunglasses, something like that. Me, I have sensitive eyes, so when I'm outside right now, I don't have my sunglasses on because I need to see when I'm recording. So that's the only reason why I don't have them on right now. But definitely bring you guys some eyewear. Like, you guys want to keep your eyes covered up. It's just, the sunlight it can be very harsh on some people. For me, it's very harsh on me because, like I said, I have sensitive eyes. So I always keep me a pair of sunglasses with me. When I don't, I'm suffering. I get headaches throughout the day, stuff like that. So just keep your eyes protected and whatnot. Another thing you guys can bring is power banks. I mentioned that before. I should have mentioned it after the USB, but power banks. You guys definitely want to make sure you bring some power banks with you, because buying power banks out here in this country, it's very tricky. I'm not saying you can't get some. If you do get an original one, it's going to be very expensive. If you get cheap ones, they're going to be fake. It's just that simple. I'm not going to even, trick you guys or anything like that. I'm going to beat around the bush with it. I'm going to be straight up. Don't buy power banks on the street. Don't buy power banks from certain shops, especially Indian shops. Now, I ain't disrespecting Indians now, so I don't want y'all to get it twisted, but I've been to quite a few shops trying to find a decent power bank. Now, all of them fake, or bootleg, or whatever. I call them fugazi, bootleg, you know what I'm saying? Foo-foo, They ain't real, basically. They work for like a few days, and next thing you know, no longer works. I done had that happen to me so many. I done probably went through $1 million Uganda shillings in power banks, like no cap. And it's it's terrible, yo. It's so bad. So I make sure that I keep up with those things and have a backup for a backup. One of my power banks recently just broke, so I got to get a new one sent over from the States. So waiting on that. Other than that, you definitely want to make sure y'all have some power banks. I brought 3 with me the first time. I gave 1 away, and now I'm stuck with 1. Well, I'm left with 1. So once again, have some backups. All right. Another thing you guys should do or bring with you when you guys come out here is like a small traveling bag or something like that. Something to, you know, walk around in, keep your personal belongings in, so you can keep your things protected. And you should make sure that you have document protectors and stuff like that. I usually keep like Ziploc bags or something like that with me to put my passport in or cash, just in case I'm stuck in the rain or whatever, you know. But you definitely want to make sure you have like a small little travel bag with you. I actually have that right there, which is my Camelback bag. My Camelback, I said in another video, I repurposed it because I don't have the bladder on the inside of it, so I don't use it for water. I repurposed it to a little light bag that I carry. I don't like carrying around a big book bag. Plus, you have to worry about, you know, security when you have, you know, big book bags and large purses and pocketbooks and stuff like that with you. You know what I'm saying? You guys definitely want to have like a small little bag, something over the shoulder, or, you know, a single strap or whatever, a sling, whatever you want to do, you understand? But just have like a small little travel bag with you so you can put some items in there, keep some items in your pocket, you know. But like I said, you really don't want to be moving around with big old bags and stuff like that. All right. Let's see, last but not least, the last thing I could recommend you guys to bring here to Uganda is a certain type of clothing that's good for like outdoors and the weather here, because the weather does fluctuate between like raining and dry and whatnot. It can be dry for a week, it could be raining for the next couple of days, but it really depends on the season. But you want to dress for success out here, you understand? One of the mistakes I made was I brought certain clothes. The very first time I came here, I brought certain clothes that I really did not want to get dirty, or I didn't want to wear them so often because of the weather and the terrain and whatnot. And what I found out was that because I didn't wear it so often, it was just extra weight. You know, it was just dead weight that I was carrying around, which is useless. You understand? So you guys definitely bring some outdoor clothing. See, I got on some shorts, some you know, some shoes or whatnot, but I try to dress, you know, for this weather out here because, like I said, I'm not from here. See, I sweat a little bit. It's not that it's hot. It just finished raining, so it's a little humid outside right now. But it doesn't get too hot here. It doesn't get too cold here. But I still am not acclimated to this weather yet and this climate. So I get hot real quick, really quick. You understand? So I sweat a lot, but I just make sure I keep on some clothes that are nice and cool. The only thick clothing I do have is I have a like a little sweatsuit, and I brought like 2 of those with me, and that's only when I go out west. When I'm here in Central in Kampala, I don't really carry that stuff with me. I don't like wear nothing like that unless I'm in the house. You know, I'll be wearing around the house more, but other than that, I don't really I don't wear it outside. I made a mistake of wearing a hoodie one day outside and almost passed out. Like, dog, I thought I was fit to die. Okay? I kid you not. It was nice and cool early in the morning. As soon as 11 p.m. hit and the rain stopped, the sun came out, I thought I was finna die, yo. I was like, man, what is happening outside? Okay, real quick, family. One thing I wanted to mention that really saved my life, I didn't mention this earlier, is this right here. This is a universal travel adapter, and I got this on Amazon for, I think, either $10 or $20, somewhere in between there. It's not expensive, I know that much. And let me tell you, this thing right here really saves my life. Like, it's a surge protector. You can see that, yeah, surge protector. It's universal travel adapter. So you take your American plugs, you plug it directly in, or any kind of plug, and you can plug it directly in right here. It even has USB on the side. There's an LED indicator up there, right there where my finger is. When that LED is lit up, that lets you know that there's power flowing through this. When it's not lit up, no power. All right, let's take a look at this part. This is the most important part right here. So, as you guys can see, I have all of my different plugs all in one. Okay, this one, it's even labeled, see? So that one says Europe on there. Pop that one out. And then this one I use here in Uganda right now. So I use this one the most. Yeah, pop that out real quick for you. So as you guys can see, you don't actually have to have that part. It helps because of the way that the sockets are. You have to have this little 3-prong. If not, you got to put something in there to get the other 2 prongs inside. So I definitely wanted to mention that to you guys. Like, definitely get you one of these travel adapters. It doesn't have to be this one. I wanted one that was multifunctional because the flights that I took, I would often take flights that would be, I would have layovers in other countries basically. So I just wanted to make sure no matter what country I'm in, that I had a travel adapter that would suit me in every country basically. So guys, definitely get you one of those. If you don't get nothing else on the list that I've described so far, please get one of these travel adapters because it is just so helpful. It really is. All right, so that's just something, you know, to keep in mind. I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video as well, so you guys can get more in-depth answers and more in-depth understanding of the things that you can bring here to Uganda with you. And I'm also going to do one to tell you guys the things you should not bring here, because it's quite a few things you guys don't really need to bring with you. It's kind of useless, and you're going to be carrying around a bunch of weight for nothing. So that's just you know, something you guys keep in mind. Other than that, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment. Please leave a comment, you know, give me some positive feedback, let me know how to improve my content, and also, you know, help me include things in my videos that you guys want to see out there in the future. So like I said, go ahead and leave me a comment. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe and leave a like. For everybody else, peace, family.